Movie Menu Reviews. I am joined by special guest Manuel Montanez.
Yay!
Hey, thank you.
Writer, director extraordinaire, especially of his short film Awkward Silence.
Coming
so
soon.
Stay tuned for that.
2017.
I'm also joined by senior panelist and co-host Z. Sorry, I was like hit your microphone.
Did you just punch Z?
that's-
Or Manny?
Yo, almost. Huh?
Yeah,
That's
Got
how we
kinda
go
close.
ahead and
almost
get
took
rid
him
of
right
everyone.
out.
And also here is sound guy Mike Stan, who is currently fixing our sound.
He's currently standing.
Yeah, I am standing. And now I'm sitting. And now I'm very far away.
Ah,
You can sort of hear me. But okay, well let's continue on.
yeah.
So,
Just completely out.
Okay.
It's
Yeah.
fine. Are you hearing me over there?
No.
That's
I'm
fine.
hearing
Yeah,
you fine.
that's fine.
All
Let's just
right.
go.
I'm having the
Doing
same
it
issue,
live.
but it's okay.
Oh, you're sharing.
Mike was
What?
Mike was joking around about like him like muting my
And he actually did.
microphone,
He muted all
and
of
I
us.
came back to my chair and it's completely muted.
Now
And I
his,
was like, ha ha ha, funny. And he's like, I don't know what happened. Well,
it's,
shit.
It's one of those days. I don't know.
We're live.
It's-
Hey.
Yeah, like everything's acting a little wacky.
It's okay. We still sound good in the podcast. So I will not be hosting this episode or this review of Baby Driver, written and directed by Edgar Wright. I'm going to toss the hosting duties over to my co-host, Mike Stan.
Yay!
He's
Take
gonna
it
be
away,
taking
Mike.
over.
All right.
He's the big cheese today, or the man in the
He-
driver's
He
seat.
is our baby driver right now.
I'm yeah.
Hey,
all
hey,
right.
hey, baby.
It's funny enough, that's Mike's nickname.
Come
That's what
with
we
me
call him.
tonight.
Hey, baby.
I haven't even put my playlist together. I got it. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
The awesome playlist.
Well, you've got a lot of poop music, so I feel like you've got enough of a playlist to get on.
And as you
Yeah.
can tell, it's almost 4th of July as people and jackasses are launching fireworks outside.
Oh, yeah.
Yay.
We're not
Well, we
being
play the
assaulted
game.
by the SWAT.
We play
It's-
the game. Is it a firework or a gunshot?
Mm.
Welcome to the hood.
Welcome to the hood.
I might go ahead and take it away.
All right. I'll give it a second while we enjoy the fireworks.
Ooh, yeah, it looks-
I'm
we
hoping that's
pretend-
fireworks.
We could just tease the audience and pretend we're looking at amazing fireworks.
Well, I was going to
and
say,
never show them.
like, the
Just be
audio
like,
folks will not know that we're not outside. So, in fact, wow, those are some beautiful fireworks.
I know, isn't it great?
Mike, why are your pants off right now?
I don't know.
Put your pants back on.
I really like fireworks.
I know, I can tell. Jeez, man.
I think
What
we're
they don't
done.
know is
Are they done?
I think
it's
they're done.
happening inside.
What's that?
What the audience doesn't know is that it's happening inside.
Oh,
You shouldn't
Somewhere
light
over
fireworks
there.
in my
Yeah,
room.
off camera, there's
By
fireworks.
the armoire. Red, white, and blue. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Mike is that hardcore of a patriot.
Yes. Dan's going to be singing the Star Spangled Banner right now.
Bammer?
Bammer?
Bamber. And I'm going to mispronounce it.
As you do with everything.
Again, I can't hear anything, so I'm assuming you said Bammer.
All right.
America.
Moving on. All right. So the movie we're reviewing is Baby Driver, directed and written by Edgar Wright, which stars Ansel Elgort, Lily James, John Hamm, Kevin Spacey, Jamie Foxx, and Isa Gonzalez. Here's the plot. After being coerced into working for a crime boss, a young getaway driver finds himself taking part in a heist doomed to fail. So, as the host, I will choose if this movie is a dine-in, takeout, or leftovers, and you will give me your choice.
You get no choice in this, Mike.
No
None.
choice whatsoever.
So,
It's like, oh, you think you have a choice. That's,
yeah,
That's cute.
it's like
That's cute, baby.
So depending on your review, I'll make that decision. So we'll start with our guest, Manny.
I'm going to say dine in.
Dine in. All right. We're gonna go with Dan. All right, we'll go with Dan.
Really?
Oh yeah. I don't know. I think
Is
Dan's.
he gonna ruin?
I
I
think
knew.
Dan's-
This is why I wanted to hear Dan's. Go for it, Dan. Are you holding your breath, Manny?
I am holding my breath.
Go for it, Dan.
I'm going to go with dine in.
yeah,
Was it a
Dan's-
hesitation though? Why was the hesitation there?
We'll find out.
Dramatic,
We'll
for
find
dramatic
it out.
purposes?
Yeah.
Or?
Probably.
It's like dramatic pause.
Yeah. All right.
See?
By far, currently, a great breath of fresh air after Transformers. Dine in.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
without a
that's-
doubt.
That's so you would
Well,
say this is
this movie is really good, but it does have its faults. Let's
Oh,
not-
big,
Oh.
get,
All right,
get,
is,
yeah,
is,
go-
is Dan
And so
turning
it
into Z?
begins.
What's
and
going
so
on?
it begins. Go ahead, Descent.
No, let's not go straight into the default of the movie.
Are you
The
gonna
movie
call this
itself is-
2/3 a good movie?
No.
No, I
Are you
mean-
gonna call it the faults in the stars?
Yeah, also Elgort. It's just like, you know.
Are you saying so? For you, that was the issue? And so,
No, not at all.
Okay.
What was the issue, Dan?
Let's
Let's
talk
just
about
go
the-
straight into it.
Well, let's talk about the good. I mean, listen. Here's the thing, though. Like, there's just so much
Let's
good about this film.
put the good so I could bash it with the bad. Out there.
All
No,
right.
I'm just kidding.
Oh.
I'm kidding.
All right.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
All right, Manny, what'd you enjoy about
Oh,
Baby Driver?
Well, I mean, first of all, I think it had a great soundtrack.
Mm.
That it complemented the movie, it complemented the whole concept of it. From an editing standpoint, I'm a huge fan of Edgar Wright's his editor and just the style, and you see how they really complement the film with the music, the way how it's cut. I want to say it's not like like you're watching a music video.
Yeah,
It's not nothing like that. where
It's
like,
nothing like Suicide Squad.
It's just very
Oh.
Where
sim-
Suicide Squad felt like a music video because of the fact that they had a trailer house editing all the front end.
oh yeah,
stuff.
and it
It was not that.
It didn't feel like that at all. It complemented the movie so well. It went well with the pacing, well with what was going on, and really, it's just because Edgar Wright's such an auteur director. It's the details that, and there's so many little details, little like things that you
Yeah,
can
everything
catch.
is very precise, and the timing is
Oh.
everything in this movie,
Yes.
and it looks visually stunning. I like to call it even visual porn, even though porn is visual.
No,
but this
no,
is
no,
like
no.
it's
I know-
pleasing.
I would not
it's
go-
pleasing to the eye.
I would not go as far as to call it visual porn. I would call
Cinema-
it just
Cinematic.
perfect cinema.
Cinematic?
Really, like you are watching a craftsman at work.
Oh, totally.
And every scene and every shot of that film, you're just like, yes. And you know that it's a very good editor and a very good director when you're in for the ride, and when you get left out, you're just kind of like, that was fast. I did not for 1 second feel like this film lagged in any way. I felt like this film just rushed right through it in the best way possible because, in a big way, it really didn't have a lot of dialogue. This is a very dialogue-light film, but in it, the visuals are the things that really give you the story. And that is the works of a great craftsman because
Which
you
is
don't
funny enough
need
because-
exposition. You don't need exposition to show what is actually
Well,
going
the
on.
funny
in the
thing about
character's
that
mind.
as well is that a very movie that's very similar to that was Driver. You know.
No,
with Ryan-
I disagree.
No, with Driver looks beautiful. It's not that much dialogue in it.
Driver,
as
you
well.
mean Drive?
Oh,
Drive.
Drive. Yeah,
Drive, yeah.
sorry, Drive. Thank you. Drive as well. It's very stylized. It's not that much dialogue, and it has a great soundtrack too. So it's just I feel like this is Edgar Wright's.
No.
Would you
no,
would
no.
you
Yeah.
would you say
Wait,
that?
I would
no,
disagree.
no,
I
no,
would
say
disagree.
no, no.
Yeah,
Would
no,
you
no.
s-
He in fact did not use Driver.
Drive.
Now you've got me saying it wrong.
Driver's such a
Yeah,
good
yeah.
movie.
That made it so worth it.
Yeah. Well, because there's a movie in the 1970s called The Driver, which this film is in fact.
I'm not saying
based
that
on.
this is
Yeah.
a
He did not-
copy of
keep
Drive.
going down.
I know. Thank you for interrupting me, by the way.
You're welcome.
Does that make it
Jackass.
like his son then, Baby Driver?
No, this
Yeah.
is like
I think it was based in the same city too, so it's
well,
actually
Edgar Wright has a way of doing like his own type of parody films. Like he did the zombie, he did the cop, and he did the interruption of computers. Like right now,
That's awesome. What are you playing? That sounds like a.
Sorry, guys. Technical difficulties.
Just hit the mute button, dude.
One moment.
There you go.
All right, go on, Danny. I'm
it's
sorry.
okay.
I don't
Spotlight
know
on
what
Mike.
is going on, but go on.
And they did it with he did the cops movie with
Hot
Hot
Fuzz.
Fuzz.
Hot
Yeah.
Fuzz,
And the
yeah.
And so
Sci-fi.
and then the
So the
sci-fi with
Three flavors.
World's End.
Yeah.
And so far. So this is like their heist car, Fast and Furious playoff, but where it could be a really, really good movie.
Uh-huh.
So this is like his version of that.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah, for sure. It's funny because this is the least spoof film he's done.
These spooky spoof films.
Yeah, it's not really a spoof. I don't think it feels more like an homage film. Like
Okay.
there are
But
so
all the other
many.
ones have been kind of homages as well.
They do. They absolutely do. But this one really feels like it's a love letter to all those great 1970s car films. In fact, I would say that it's completely straying away from the Fast and Furious films, where you can actually see some of the.
No, don't get me wrong in the
Yeah.
sense like it's like dumb popcorn movie like those.
Right.
It's just like the action was really great.
Yeah,
in
it's
it.
it's a smart film. There's no CGI like the Fast and Furious films. It is gritty. It's amazing. And when I say about no CGI, Edgar Wright made it a point to never use CGI in this film. It's all practical effects. In fact, it feels a little more like Mad Max in that it's a constant, it's a film that's constantly trying to race away from something.
A car chase, right?
Yeah, because more important.
I like
on, I
Z's,
think we
like,
might have some
his
more
ego. It's
technical
like you're growing and like being
Well, real quick,
identical.
I think we have some more technical difficulties. Hold on real
do
quick.
Are we off camera?
Yeah, I think we're off. Live.
It's just a weird day, man. I'm telling you.
No, it's the heat. I think it's the heat.
Everything's just
Yep, everything's quitting on us.
I was.
We're still live.
Are we still live?
Why is it saying that?
Let's see.
We're still live. Well, let's.
Yep, we're still live. I have it right here.
You see it?
Yep.
So we're having technical
Gotcha.
difficulties. It's
I guess it's my computer.
It's just a very weird day today. First my laptop, then the light bulb
The
stopped
light.
working. Music coming out of nowhere.
Yeah. Next thing is samurais are gonna like jump in out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And then a ghost.
The ghost.
Yeah.
That actually
maybe
happens
a
to be an
ghost.
alien.
Yeah,
Sorry, I
that's-
just recently watched VHS, so it's on my
Oh.
mind.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right.
All right,
Spoilers.
so let's go back to me being Z again.
Yes, go for it.
Before we do, I want to hear what Manny thinks about the chemistry between Ansel Elgort and Lily James.
I think it had a very interesting chemistry. It wasn't. I think easily you could say it's not like your typical like love story chemistry, where it just they played around and it felt very real. It felt very awkward, and that's something that Edward Wright's like. Just I think he's one of the masters of. He just knows how to like work with awkwardness, not in like a weird way, a negative way, but like it works. You felt like
Were there any awkward silences?
Oh boy.
oh there was a few awkward silences coming in 2017.
Manny's movie. Just pointing it out.
Yeah.
But I think I really enjoyed the chemistry with them. I enjoyed the characters in general. They were very interesting characters. Each one had their own style, their own personality, and it just their own backstory to it,
And
it
their own
didn't-
voices.
and their own yes.
Hmm.
And it didn't. And what's nice is that they didn't go too heavy-handed on each person's backstory. Where like, okay, 20 minutes, we're going to have to find out all the history of Jamie Foxx. Here's another 20 minutes to find out all the history of John Hamm. No, it was just enough where it's like, okay, I kind of see where they're coming from. Okay, I kind of get why they're in the business that they're in.
You understand motivation very easily, and listen, it is a 1970s throwback, so it should be very easy. Enough of this, 2010 overcomplicating the plot, having to explain backstories. They quite literally avoid most of that by like just playing games with each other. And as they're playing games with each other, this fantastic diner scene where you know each character without knowing their backstories. You just know that who they are because they're motivated in some way, and that is all you need. I don't want to spoil anything. It was a fantastic film. You'll get all the story in just simply their reactions to each other. And you get that from Baby as well. Baby, like, you're just kind of like, why is he of course, it's not complex. It's super easy. You get why he does it within the first 15 minutes. And then it becomes more about, like, why he became who he is as a getaway driver.
Got it.
Yeah.
Now, satisfying Dan, what's the bad?
Yes.
Well, don't get me wrong. This movie was good,
I got you
but
wrong.
I didn't care for the love story.
Oh, okay.
I just didn't
Interesting.
do
Wow.
anything for me because it just was so rushed.
It was
where-
rushed.
Yeah, very rushed.
It sped right past you.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Douche.
I have become Dan. What is
Get a
this?
douche.
I am like dropping
I think-
puns like crazy.
I think we're in like an alternate universe.
I think that's what happened. That's why everything's going wrong. We're having so many technical
Deserve
difficulties.
52 right
We,
here. Wow.
I didn't like. I thought that performances were fine. They were really good. Well, actually, they were really great. In fact, just connecting the story with the characters. Like, I didn't care about everyone. What I loved about the movie is the style. But like, how they talked about not knowing the backstory. I kind of wanted to know the backstory. I wanted to know Kevin Spacey's backstory. There's no
And his
closure
nephew.
with. There's no like
nephew.
introduction or anything about Kevin Spacey's character that you want to know, especially if there's like something that happens at the end that you want to know. And same thing with like Jamie Foxx's character. And then Jamie Foxx's character just plays, I don't know, like
Did that bother you?
You
as
felt
well,
like he
Jimmy?
played
He was kind of playing like the Horrible Bosses character. If you see him in Horrible Bosses, it's almost like this is a connected universe of the same
interesting.
character.
All right, fair. Yeah.
Parallel.
To address the relationship. Now, this is me going back to my roots.
Well, you love rom-coms,
exactly.
so.
It was a rom-com, and I totally, as Manny said, it was awkward, and it was, for me, slightly realistic. And
I felt like if they would have had like a funny little misunderstanding, then they would have been like more rom-com-esque in the sense like it would have been more believable.
Yeah, well,
for this miscommunicated and then them getting along in the diner. But
and
it's like literally he sits down, she sees him, they're in love, kind of thing.
Yeah,
sometimes it happens.
Sometimes it happens, but it happens mainly in movies. But for me, what it felt more like was, and maybe this is me, reading.
And I want to know more about her.
But I felt like his character was slightly on the spectrum. And there are several examples in the film that I was like, oh, that's interesting. Especially my favorite scene is where he's in the car and they're about to go for like the second robbery, and he stops everybody from leaving the car until he gets the song just right. But also the way that he uses language, and Edgar Wright knows how to do this really well, where a lot of the dialogue that he's using is from movies or from TV shows that he's like flipping through the channels, and you're getting a lot of that. And so for me, I thought that was exactly how somebody would fall in love when they don't really know what love is, and they're just trying to discover it in some way. And the Lily James character for me was genuine enough so that when the ending came around, I left in the same way that I left from watching Slumdog Millionaire. I just felt uplifted, and I thought that was fantastic.
Whoa, that's a big stretch in my opinion.
No, I meant like a Slumdog Millionaire, as in like the
no,
dance scene.
After Slumdog Millionaire, after the horrible journey that he goes through, that's a feel good movie. This is not a feel good movie.
Remember, feel good movie that starts with kids being kidnapped and their eyeballs.
That's what I mean. Yeah. It's a horrible journey. Well, anyways, that's not review for that movie. Let's go back to Baby Driver. And again, this movie is called Baby Driver. It is his focus is Ansel Elgort, and he's great in this movie.
I think so. He is. Yeah.
He's very charismatic, and he does a great job. And I like the fact that one thing that I didn't know in the movie, and this, I don't know if this is spoiler or not, but he understands sign language, and I liked how they used that.
Yeah, that was
Ansel Elgort.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
His character baby knows sign language.
Can we also address a little bit too? Did you guys feel like Ansel was the wrong choice for this movie before watching this film? Did you feel like he was the wrong choice for this?
No,
because I did.
I felt like he was very charismatic, and it really got to the part of the movie.
But I heard a lot of people when I was telling them, oh, I'm gonna go watch Baby Driver. They're like, oh, with the Fault in Our Stars guy, and I was like,
is that where he's from?
Yeah.
Honestly, like I don't really know who he is.
But to be fair, he was really good in that movie too.
Divergent and
he was also in Divergent and quite terrible in that one.
Yeah, I'm not into like
he was a great Divergent.
So, did you felt like he matched Manny?
No, I felt like he was perfect for it. I mean, he totally like just the way how his character it was very interesting because you felt like there was a lot of layers to him.
He almost was Han Solo.
Really?
Almost.
Oh wow!
It might have not destroyed that entire film.
Baby Hans.
Baby
oh
Han.
my God!
From driving a Subaru to the Millennium Falcon. That's pretty sick.
Yeah, I could see that happening.
No, but I liked him. I mean, I felt like, the way how they were portraying him, just with his character. He was very charismatic. I mean, whether it was his jokes, dancing moves, it's like you kind of expect him to be one way, but he's not.
Yeah.
Like at times you expect, okay, he's gonna be really quiet. He's gonna be really shy, but then there's times like, no, he's actually. Even when he was talking to Debbie in the diner, he had game. He was like flirting, and his awkwardness, he was like, he's actually making progress with it. You don't expect. He's like, oh, he's gonna be kind of geeky, kind of nerdy, but I don't know how to say it.
Yeah. I mean, for me, like it was.
Hold on. I just want to give a shout out to some people who have joined us so far. To Suzette, Brandon, and Jovan. Joe.
Hey, Joe.
Just want to say hi to the people watching live. Thank you so much, and thank you to all the players who are watching it later.
Thanks for watching us sweat over here.
Hey, go ahead and continue.
One of the things, I don't know if I kind of want to give it away, but I got so fascinated by it. It's not really a spoiler because it happens right in the beginning. It's just it goes back into like how I appreciate Edgar Wright's like detail and things.
Oh, you're
like
talking about the opening.
The opening when he goes to get coffee.
Yep.
I mean,
beautiful.
It's something so simple.
It's one continuous shot.
Yeah, it's one continuous shot, which I'm a fan of. It kind of reminds me of like how in Shaun of the Dead when you saw Shaun walking over to the corner store. It was very similar to that because he was going to a corner coffee shop.
Oh, okay.
But while he's going, it's like little details. Like he's listening because this guy he's so into music. He has a little old school iPod. He's always listening to music, and it plays a big factor in the movie.
Yeah.
But as he's listening to it, the track that's being played, you see the environment. It's once again, this film is very well done, edited.
Especially with
It's
sound,
editing.
because
With sound,
while
yeah.
the music's playing, you still hear sound effects in the background.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you
as
start
the
to
city's going.
and you start to hear the city
It
sound.
blends
actually,
so well.
It blends so well, and it complements like certain parts of the song where it's going to be like a beat or whatever, like the beat's starting to go up, or you hear like the sounds of traffic. It
Yeah.
actually complements right
Like a
away,
bing,
like perfectly.
bing,
Yeah,
bing, bing.
it goes
Yeah.
in sync with it. And even there's one part where I caught as he gets his coffee and he's starting to walk back to the office. Is that I don't know if you guys caught it.
All the lyrics.
The lyrics.
All the lyrics are in the background. Since the
Oh, it's in
beginning,
the
actually,
background.
since the beginning of that sequence, you see it in like little posters, like it's little small
Spray
little
can.
details, spray can spraying everywhere.
That's interesting.
So when he's like going
Yeah.
like you see yeah in the background,
That's
and
really
it's
cool.
very clever, really
Very subtle,
smart
but it's
done.
nice.
What I was reading up too is that Edgar Wright had directed a music video for the duo Mint Royale where he did this. So this is kind of like a little bit of a borrow from his own work. But I'm glad because I had never seen that video, and
So
it
Noel
was
Fielding.
it was again it was like as soon as you meet Baby, you're just kind of like, yep, we're in good territory, and you just. I don't know about you guys, but I was smiling throughout the entire sequence because I was just
Yeah,
kind of
no, it
like,
was great.
this
I was.
is awesome, and it's like you just see the it's in a big way, and I don't know. Tell me if I'm wrong here, but in a big way, this film compares a little bit to the first Guardians of the Galaxy.
No,
the
it
soundtrack
does.
accompaniment,
seems,
the
blends
way-
in seamlessly.
Yeah, there is a connection,
And the dancing.
and the dancing.
Yeah.
The one thing that I actually didn't entirely like as much is that the music isn't as catchy as Guardians, but that's like a minor, like that's me now nitpicking stuff.
Okay.
Aside from that,
Yeah,
this
it
movie
was
is
just-
fantastic.
Yeah, that's just music taste.
I kind of feel you on that because like at least I know like from my generation growing up, at least with Guardians of the Galaxy, it was a lot of 80s and some like late 70s. So I remember like growing up, like hearing that kind of stuff on the radio, driving with my mom, and like here it's like I think it was just like a whole nother like genre of the 70s or maybe.
Well,
even
I also feel like it brought him closer to his mom,
oh well, yeah, that's
That's true. That is very true.
which is very
Again,
similar to
very
Yeah,
similar to
Guardians
Guardians of the
as
Galaxy.
well.
Yeah, and his mom was somebody who was a musician in the 50s, 60s, so that would totally make sense. I don't know. That's
No, she was
that's
like
weird.
no, she's
well,
like in
that's
the
another thing, though.
70s
Yeah.
or 80s.
Well, see, that's
or
what I was
so.
trying to figure out because
When
it felt
is
like,
this film going on?
Yeah, because you see, like, okay, you figure he was probably a kid of the 90s.
Yeah.
No?
They
But
have
then-
iPhones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something. No, well, the little iPods. So I'm like, okay, so
That's right.
those came out like late 90s, and yet the way how like during the flashback sequences, it felt like you were watching
the
something
70s.
in the 70s, maybe early 80s. So I was like kind of getting confused. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, so then maybe
Where is-
were they
When is this?
Yeah.
But
were they
that's
like a bunch
yeah.
of groovers in the 90s? Like
yeah, and even at
retro
that, like there was a lot of well, not a lot of dream sequences,
Yeah.
but like at least 4 dream sequences where he's seeing his future in the 1950s, and you're just kind of like, what?
oh yeah, that was,
Yeah,
that was
but I thought
Yeah,
that was,
as
I thought
him
that
as
was
a
cool.
greaser and Lily James as like a
a little rockabilly.
the rock and
Yeah.
roll girl.
Yeah.
But again, I didn't mind. I thought it was cool, and it just
Style points.
just visual. Yeah, it was just fun to watch that
Okay.
happen.
I think I've heard enough. Well, before I end it, any last words, Dan?
Yeah, well, don't get me wrong. I did enjoy this movie a lot. I just felt like there were some misses that I wish they could have fixed better. I mean, Edgar Wright is great director, great writer. I love his style. Everything was timed perfection, perfectly. I just wish he would have focused a little more on the love story, a little more on the backstory. That's not too much backstory,
So just-
but like we got John Hamm's character's backstory, or we think we got John Hamm's character's
theory,
backstory in an
yeah.
interesting type of way. I wish they would have done that, like a Russian roulette type of backstory off type of thing. I can't describe it because I don't want to give too much away.
Yeah, you don't want to give too much
But
away.
I feel like that would have been a cool, like, is that their backstory? Is that not their backstory type of thing?
Yeah.
Got
So that I felt would have pushed the story even further and made me care more about the people.
it. Okay.
But I think Ansel was great, and Kevin Spacey was great, and Edgar Wright, genius.
Okay, Manny.
I'm gonna piggyback off that. He is a genius. It just when you see so many remakes and trailers for remakes, and then just like not too many variety of like original ideas. That's what I appreciate a lot about Edgar Wright. And with Baby Driver, yeah, there is a lot of influences from other movies, but he totally makes it his own. And it's fun to watch. And like I say, I'm a fan of detail. like how you could tell like he put a lot of time and effort, whether it was the dialogue, whether it was setting up the scene, what's going to be happening here, where is the motivation between his characters. It wasn't to say the very least, it was not lazy directing. You know, he
did
loves,
not phone it in.
Oh, he loves what he does, and that kind of makes me start to think like, what if he had stayed on for Ant-Man? I mean, I liked Ant-Man. It was a lot better than I expected it to be.
But imagine
would it have been more musical?
Oh,
No, it would have had, I think,
More
more detail, more dancing. Yeah, it would have had a lot more inside jokes.
Oh,
and-
yeah. But
Really?
I just appreciate it.
Really quick, I also want to say hi to Ronnie
Hey,
for
Ronnie.
joining us.
Hey.
And Rigo.
Rigo.
Rigo also commented, I guess Dan just wants to see the world burn.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Maybe I do, Rigo. Maybe I do.
Well, he's becoming more like me, so the answer to that is yes.
We had a Freaky Friday.
My
situation.
final words for this is, why is John Hamm not a bigger movie star? We didn't talk too much about John Hamm in this film, but John Hamm quite literally just, for me, was one of the best parts of this film.
Interesting.
Only because you don't like
we
for
get
me.
his backstory.
No, you don't. No, I don't think you really do.
Okay,
But for me is because I don't know enough of his backstory, but I know his motive and why he does what he does. I don't want to spoil it for anybody, but you understand the villain. And when in talking about Ant-Man and talking about all the other Marvel films, like you always get villains with like villainy, but he has motive and he has reason, and that's why you're invested in that pursuit. So
True.
that's what you want to see. That's exactly what you want to see in Hollywood films. And I wish I could see it more. I agree. Directing, everything you guys said was amazing. Yeah, I agree with that.
And I feel like we should, real quick, just mention John Hamm did a great job.
Oh, my God,
And he
yes.
does deserve to be mentioned because he does really
totally.
great. And when Z talked about that he wasn't the villain, no, he wasn't. But Jamie Foxx was.
Yes.
in a bad way, in your
Yeah.
perspective, right, Dan?
Not in the worst way, but just not like,
Okay. What about
All the
Flea?
other characters are really interesting, and then Jamie Foxx literally plays horrible bosses.
Yeah,
characters.
Flea only comes in for a few seconds. Like
Yeah,
there's a
and John Bernthal. They're really
yeah, they're minor
Really
characters.
minor roles.
Yeah,
Huh.
and that's what I meant by like the trailer for me made me
Literally,
it was a
the
disservice.
only time we really see Flea is in the trailer, and that's
Really?
basically his role in the movie.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's like a real short. but-
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna go with Dynan. I'm sorry, Dan.
Wait, I said dine in too.
Yeah, take the point away from Dan. Take
sorry,
the point away from Dan.
I said dine in.
No, you suck.
Yeah, I'm taking the point away from you, Dan.
Oh,
Wow.
Go to hell and
I'm,
die.
I'm
Oh.
just kidding. All right, that's a point for everybody, and
Except
I'm,
Mike. The way it should be.
I'm handing the hosting duties back over to you, Dan.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Mike, for hosting this review of Baby Driver. Let us know what you guys thought of the film in the comments. Make sure to share and subscribe to our channel on iTunes, SoundCloud, or like us here on Facebook.
Yeah.
Manny, do you have anything you'd like to plug?
Yeah, support
There's a lot
or
of things
plug
like to
or
support.
promote.
Any Edgar Wright movie, I'm totally going to support it. To promote, once again, we're right in the middle of post-production for Awkward Silence, my new short film that's going to be coming out. It's going to be coming out this year, one way or another. And
We look forward to it.
I want to thank you too for coming out when we showed the sneak peek over at Cal State.
Oh, it was my pleasure. It was awesome to see the sneak peek. I saw it before you guys. Even before you guys.
Yeah, that's true.
But if you want to find out more, like, what other spots we might be showing the sneak peek, or even seeing where the progress is for Awkward Silence, you can go on to our website, awkwardsilencemovie.com. We also have a Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. We're all on the social media networks. If you just want to find out, see some behind the scenes, what progress that we're making, and it's finally when we do have the premiere date ready to go, catch up on us right there.
Awesome.
All right.
We look forward to that. I'd also like to thank Z,
Thank you.
or I should say Z/Dan.
What?
Yeah.
No.
I'm gonna call him Zan.
Zan!
Wait,
and
how?
you're D.
Oh, and that is why we've been having technical difficulties.
All day. So Zan and D.
No,
Nuts.
that's terrible.
And I'd like to thank Mike Stan
For beating up my computer.
for who was like one of the worst sound guys. I'm just kidding, Mike. You're the best. We love you. Actually, we're looking for a new sound guy. If you know anyone,
Please apply down here. Yeah.
Please message us. So that'll do it for us at Movie Menu. Stay tuned for our new episode next week. Thank you so much, guys. And until next time, goodbye.
See you later.
Sweaty.
Is it just a